Boker Tov.
Oh, Boker Tov. Sorry. Yeah, Boker Tov. Okay. So then we start. Okay. So last time, the topic what I have chosen this year was mainly to focus on renunciation. So just to talk about renunciation, and then we approach from different perspective. So the 10 innermost Kadamba treasure is one of the most effective, but it is not taught widely. And so I received this teaching from Genrinzit Tempa as a part of renunciation, which is in the three principle path by Tsongkhapa. So he taught a part of the renunciation, and then on this 10 innermost Kadamba treasure. So from that perspective, of course, I'm not teaching about the three principal aspects, but I'm just teaching related with the renunciation and taking towards the 10 innermost treasure of Kadamba. And so I thought only 7, but now we have enough time, so maybe we will finish all the 10. But today I'm going to deal with the 3 sets of out of the 4 we did, and now 3 out of 10 we are doing today. And then maybe next time, then we will do the another 3 set, and then we will do a little bit of conclusion. So in all, I think I try to finish all the 10 innermost treasure of Kadamba tradition, which I'm teaching, aiming to motivate, to generate more renunciation. And why we need more renunciation? Because at present, okay, I don't know anything about every one of you, but in general, I say that we and the teaching or Dharma, always there is a gap. Always there's a gap. So I'm trying to make it gap a little smaller, but I don't know how effective I will be. But I try to make it gap smaller, so that Dharma and person will combine together, mixed, you see. That is my main aim. And everywhere, of course, we receive a lot of teaching, and we also listen. And I also teach a lot of Dharma. But then, of course, if I check myself, and then I find there's a gap, you see. I find there's a gap. As a teacher, there shouldn't be, because I'm teaching to you to have less gap between Dharma and person. But if I check myself, I find gap, you see. So therefore, in one way, to inspire myself, to bring myself closer to the Dharma, and then by talking this, and I'm aiming you to also bring your person to Dharma as close as possible. So that is the main purpose. Of course, then that is related with the renunciation, as Tsongkhapa's 3 principles. The first one is renunciation. Because without renunciation, and there's no way any of the higher teachings like compassion or loving kindness or bodhicitta and then all the tantric practices are not possible. So the renunciation is the foundation. And then this is so important in our daily life, whatever practice we do. Okay, so therefore, today I thought, okay, of asking one question. First one is, as I always ask, okay, out of 24 hours in a day, how many hours we set our mind on Dharma? How many hours, okay? 1 hour or 2 hour or 3 hour, or maybe 10 minutes or 15 minutes, or maybe half an hour, we don't know, but we have to check. Because now time plays very important role, because our life is shortened every moment. Therefore, every part of our life, every part of our life has to be used in a maximum way. That is possible if we are very, very close to Dharma. Like totally, you see, if we are very close to Dharma and our mind, body, speech, and never leave or never go away from that Dharma. And then all our activities arises through our speech, through our mind, and through our body. So all these three doors are very close to Dharma, means then we are very close to Dharma. And then we are not going to spend any of part of our life without any practice of Dharma. So that is the main thing. So of course, still, I think maybe we have to miles to go before we reach to that sort of level, but still we have to try, okay? And last time, and now recapitulation, last time we talked about the 4 setting of the mind. And that is like, we have to set our mind on Dharma. Set our mind on Dharma means we are practicing to put all our mind on the focus of Dharma. Okay, whether we are going out or in, or we are eating, or whatever we do, our mind has to be totally focused on Dharma. Means if we start talking something, we have to check, am I talking exactly according to what Buddha taught us? And am I making mistake in talking, like telling lie and everything? We have to constantly, when we are talking, we have to focus that my talk is totally based on Buddha's teaching, and it doesn't go against Buddha's teaching. When you do something with the physical body action, again, we have to check that my physical action, is it really according to Buddha's teaching? And then when you think, and then you thought, okay, is it really according to Buddha's teaching? So we have only 3 doors. These 3 doors, we have to check every moment that, am I really doing exactly according to Buddha's teaching or not? If we started going in the wrong direction, we check and say, oh no, I'm not going to do this because this is against Buddha's teaching. You started thinking something, oh no, this is not the Buddha's teaching. This is going against Buddha's teaching. If you should do something with the physical body, harming some other, oh no, I'm not going to do this. This is going against Buddha's teaching. If constantly, our mind is totally focused on this and checking our 3 doors, whether these are used on according to Buddha's teaching or it goes against Buddha's teaching. We might make mistake, but we have to bring it back if our mind is totally focused on the Dharma. So this is on, of course, and then in a higher level, when you are practicing, like say, bodhicitta, and then your body, speech, and mind, all the action has to be linked with the bodhicitta. And our speech and physical action and thought all has to be linked with the bodhicitta. So that is possible if our mind is totally set on Buddha's teaching. So that was the first one. In Tibetan, we say lo che la te. Lo che la te. That is a little bit more than set, okay? Thereby is just putting your mind totally on Buddha's teaching. Means whatever activities we do through our 3 doors, if everything is done according to Buddha's teaching, and if we have this sort of strict control, then our mind is set on Buddha's teaching. It can have many levels, okay, higher levels like tantric practice or bodhicitta or emptiness, whatever. If we are able to focus our mind totally on Buddha's teaching, putting all the trust, faith, and everything on Buddha's teaching, then our mind is set on Buddha Dharma, the first one, okay, out of 4 last time. And then when your mind is totally focused on Dharma, then if we are engaged in different things like business or like in political activities or like family affairs or any types of like worldly activities, and those things are divert our mind, and then it doesn't allow us to focus on Buddha Dharma. Therefore, we set our mind to be like a beggar. Okay, nothing belong. There's not so much to belong. Because of less belonging, we will be less busy. We will have more time. You see, if I have one building in Delhi, I have to worry about that building. If I have a shop in Bombay, I have to worry about that business. If I have some travel agency in Nepal, I have to worry this. So then my mind doesn't focus on that Buddha Dharma. So if I don't belong anything, if I remain like a beggar, and then my mind is just only have to focus on Dharma. I can focus totally on Dharma. Therefore, after setting mind on Dharma, we set our mind to become a beggar, okay, poverty, okay, very poor, who doesn't have any sort of belongings. And then having no belongings, then there will be less possessive attachment things. So therefore, the second one is Trang is poor, okay, beggar. And then Trang means even someone is like a beggar, still if we don't focus on the practice of Dharma, then we might think something else, you see. So just if we think of the death, and then we realize that, okay, what is the most beneficial thing after death? Then death gives us inspiration, gives us encouragement, say that whatever is useful after the death will be practiced. Therefore, we have to just contemplate our mind that, yes, I have to die one day, and after death, even I have so many things in this life, I can't take anything. Even I can't take all my friends or family, so I have to go alone by myself. So then if your mind is set on the death, and then it accelerates our practice, accelerates. And death, we don't know when it will come. Tomorrow or afternoon, or maybe after 1 month, we don't know. So we have to do today. We should not postpone, or we should not prolong that I will go tomorrow and I will do practice day after tomorrow. So just by thinking of the death, and then our mind is more set on the Dharma. So therefore, third is first one is setting the mind on the Dharma. Second is setting the mind on the beggar, and then setting the mind on the death. And then after death, again we worry, see, again we worry. Oh, if I die, then what will happen to me? What will happen to my house? What will happen to my bank balance? What will happen to my diamond ring? Or what will happen to this and that and that? So much worry. So, and then if we just set our mind that I really want to die in a barren land, okay, just in an isolated place, no one is there, nothing is there, just die. And that cuts so many things which are clinging. And so these are the 4 setting of the mind on Buddha Dharma. Tepahi, in Tibetan we say tepahi. Tepa is like setting or focusing. So these are the 4 things which we discussed last time. And so the essence of these 4 is what? We should not have any gap between me and my teaching. The gap occurs if we have so many things, okay? If we have so many things, again, we have no time to practice Dharma. So therefore, it really makes so specific that Dharma practice is the only thing I want you to do, okay? At any cost, okay? Even I'm dying, I'm poor, whatever happens, I want you to do Dharma practice. And therefore, the renunciation, Tsongkhapa's text, means if we have inner wish to be free from this cyclic existence, day and night, and that state of mind is the renunciation. That tells you that now you have cultivated your mind into renunciation. So that mind is possible if we are detached all these things, okay? All this, what we talked, the 4 steps of mind setting. So this is a short recapitulation. Of course, we need to repeat this again. We need to repeat this again. And also we need to practice again. Even much more than repeating again, we really have to practice. We have to get ourselves ready. We have to get ourselves truly ready, saying that, oh, okay, whatever is around me has not much meaning, see? Just to keep this body running. That is the main thing. Otherwise, there's not much meaning. And the involvement in all these 30 activities, okay? Today, when we see all these political activities, we really feel just by listening, we get tired. And then, because of the engagement in this life, and then we are building so many things, okay? And then because we want a lot of money, and then we do so many ugly business, okay? And then started making weapons, you say. And then we sell, and then we get a lot of money. And the weapon also, so many different types of weapon, okay? One nuclear weapon can destroy almost like whole world. And then what is the use, you see? We have so much potential. If we are potential use in that way, this is so bad, okay? Try not to divert our mind, body, speech towards that part, okay? Try to keep under our control. And then these techniques are the best. And these are told by the great teacher who practiced this, okay? Not like writing a book. They just practiced their whole life and they taught us. So we can 100% rely on them. Therefore, to bring our body, speech, and mind into the practice of Dharma and to make meaning in our life, whether we live life 70, 80, or 90, or 100, whatever, if we use according to this teaching, of course, we will be, at the end, we will be very, very happy. Very, very happy. And the result of this practice will be more happy than what we experience this time. So renunciation is the foundation of the Buddha's teaching. Even someone wanted to cultivate compassion. These days, so many people are talking about compassion. And these days, so many people are talking about unconditional love and the bodhicitta. But do you have the practice of renunciation? I don't know, maybe. Okay. And then when we go on talking, and then there's so much attachment, you see, so much attachment. And then we are quite far from renunciation. If we are far from renunciation, means we are very, very far from compassion. We are very, very far from compassion, means we are very, very far from bodhicitta. So I I talked a lot about bodhicitta in many places, okay? And so we have to check. Practically, we have to check. Just talking is not enough. Just listening is also not enough. Just reading some nice books is not enough. You have to check your mind, where I am, where I really am, okay? Do I have some taste of renunciation? Do I have some taste of compassion? Real compassion, not by talking. Okay, in this way we have to check. And this teaching, when Shahar and we were talking in Nepal, I was thinking, okay, what is the best teaching I can give so that it can get some benefit to the listeners, and then also it can get benefit for myself. I was thinking, okay, I can decide immediately. Oh, I will talk about compassion. Oh, I can talk about loving kindness. Oh, I can talk about six perfection. That's no problem. But then I was thinking, okay, what is the problem to us, including myself? Am I so attached to these worldly things? I'm attached to the name. I'm attached to the fame. I'm attached to money. And then I'm attached to my properties. Oh, okay. Now, unless I reduce this, okay, there's no way I can do any Dharma practice. So Sunday I said, okay, I better do about out of 10, I thought of talking about 7 innermost treasure of Kadamba, which were practiced and taught, you see. And Genrizit Dhamma, whom I received his teaching, he was one of the most renounced spiritual teacher. Totally renounced, you see. And I think today I think he's one of the greatest practitioner, Genrizit Dhamma. But he really looks like a beggar, okay? His shirts are very dirty, his robes are very dirty, and then he has a spy which is also tied with some strings. Okay, strings, all are dirt, all are darts. And his complexion is also, he is Indian, he was Indian. Complexion is also dirty, but almost like if you see on the street, we will definitely see him as like a beggar. And he was at that time, he was 81 years old when I received teaching. And teaching was also I received in 1981. And on that year, he was planning, he's passing away. And he asked me to make catalog of his books. He has many, many books. Nothing, okay, no, other than books, he has nothing. So he asked me to make catalog. And I spent full 3 days making catalog, wrapped in a very nice wrapping cloth. And then in the front, there's a small paper where I wrote all the things which is inside the wrapping package. And I made this big, nice table and put it there. He said, now I read all of this. Now in this life, I will not be able to read. So you make catalog, and whosoever comes next time will be able to find this easily. And then he said, okay, then we said this. And he asked me to take any scriptures if I like. I was allowed to take. So I just, please give me. I don't want to take, but you give me. And he gave me Lamp to the Path of Enlightenment by Atisha, and then Shanti Deva's text, Bodhisattva's Way of Life, Chenju. So he gave these two books to me, which I'm keeping as a treasure and reading regularly, reading. And then on that month, he decided everything. Whatever money, he has little money, he just donated everywhere, doing some offering. And then all the scriptures are kept nicely. And he came to Dharamsala, and after, I think about 1 month, he passed away in Dharamsala. He was just prepared. When he was in Bodh Gaya, when I was receiving teaching, he was in Bodh Gaya, and he was prepared. He will not come back to Bodh Gaya. So he emptied his room. He sold small things with this very small money, and then did all this offering. So really great practitioner, okay, great practitioner. And His Holiness used to invite him for lunch. And sometimes he says, oh, no, I think I had last year. So say thank you, Dalai Lama, thank you. So I'm not coming. But then he insists, and he goes there. And he goes there and sit there, and he takes the lunch exactly at 12 o'clock. And then as soon as he finishes his lunch, and then he said, oh, His Holiness, now I wanted to go. Just today, if we get an audience from His Holiness Dalai Lama, we take photo. And then we put in the Facebook. And then I said, oh, I met this. And then I asked this question, and His Holiness answered to me this, and he gave me a pat on my back, and then he shook hand. And we make so much announcement, you see. His Holiness, but then also said, oh, he must be a very good person, because His Holiness also gave audience. We are expecting like this, you see. And then where's our practice again? So great teacher, okay, great teacher, real. And he gave this teaching, and he asked me to go to the monastery, Ladakh monastery, where this teaching explained by Kyabche Phobongkawa and on three principal aspects. But his main mission was asking me to read within the renunciation explanation and these 10 innermost treasure of Kadamba. So then I read this. So in this way, of course, you know that I'm not giving teaching on three principal aspects, but I'm giving teaching really with the 10 innermost treasure of Kadamba. And so therefore, the reference, the best reference I saw in my life is in the commentary done by Phobongkawa and drafted by Kyabche Tizha Rinpoche, junior tutor of His Holiness Dalai Lama. And this was compiled in book and translated by Serame Khen Rinpoche, Geshe 13, with the help of Michael Roche. And so that is the only, I think, that is the only book which I saw. And Genji Temple also referred to this book. So I think if possible, you read that book, okay? And especially really with the renunciation. Within that book, there's bodhicitta, also wisdom, but renunciation part, these all the 10 innermost treasure of Kadamba is included, okay? Yeah. So now this is a little bit of recapitulation, and today we are going to deal about the trees. Set, which is in Tibetan we say pu nik top. Okay, pu is out, out. Okay, pu nik means to reach, or to be there. Nik top means to attain. To attain, okay? These three sets. Out means we really have to be out of the society, human society, the normal way of human society, okay? We have to be out from there. The normal way of the human society is more or less circled by attachment, anger, and due to ignorance, okay? And due to this, we do so many useless things, okay? And we spend our time for so many useless things. If we still live our life like normal human being on this planet, again we will be waste. We will waste our life. Therefore, we have to keep ourselves out of this circle. That's the pu. Okay, pu. Try not to be there. Try to be out of this circle. It is mainly, okay, we have to prepare from the mind, okay, not physically. If you go physically out and somewhere in the cave like Milarepa did, of course, this will be great. But mentally, okay, I don't want to do the same as all the others are doing, like business and then scolding each other, attachment, and a lot of competition and jealousy and hatred between the neighbors and all so many things. Okay, and then today the business is the worst thing. Business is the worst thing. And then also politics is so bad, you see, so bad. If we involved in this way, and then our life has no meaning. No meaning. No meaning. Therefore, we have to be out from this circle of existence. Wake up, okay, wake up and doing cleaning, and then go to the office and then do and come back and then have lunch and then sleep or watch some television and finished. And then next day again same. And then within this sort of running life, so much jealousy, so much anger, and then so much attachment. The worst thing is attachment, you see. So attached to the name, the worst, and to the fame, very bad. And then attachment towards the property, towards money, and towards family. And this is the life. Because of this, and then we have not so much peace in the mind. If we just go out of this circle, okay, out of this circle, then we are started getting the practice. Means then we have to enter into the life of dog or any animal, you see. We are thinking that our life is much better than dog. but then we are doing much worse than dog, you see. Jealousy, just put one example of jealousy. I think that will be much worse than dog, you see. Of course, we see dog also has some jealousy, you see. In the old group, a new dog comes, then they all fight out of jealousy or out of like territory problem. But that is just very small. Us, we divided this planet like countries, okay, continents, countries, then my country, their country, and then we also make faith, my religion, their religion, and then we also make caste. Oh, I'm high caste, they are low caste, they are untouchable, and there are so many, okay. And then now today, this category of rich and poor. If you go on thinking this, and then how much weapon these days? Recently I saw some war plane coming to India and landed in Ambala, okay? I think coming from France. These are so terrible. And I saw a warship in South China Sea. So much money spent, okay? So much human skill spent. But we are doing this for what? We are doing this for what? Why spending so much money for what? For killing, fighting, winning, killing thousands of people, and then I say, oh, we won, victory, victorious. How stupid. We are worse than dog. We are worse than animal. Now we are almost destroying our earth. So therefore, We are thinking that we human beings are very good. But actually, if you analyze, I think we are doing not so good. Okay. Then I think sometimes we appreciate the life of the dog. Yeah. So, mitene going out of the life of the human being, enter into the life of dog, kitil. And then when we lead our life like a dog, then we have no competition, no big ego, no big expectation or nothing. So then our mind becomes so down, and then we started getting time to practice dharma. Totally, we can focus totally on dharma, you see. Otherwise, if we are human society, we have to do like the other humans do. If they are fighting, we also started getting, we also have to, it provokes us. So therefore, our main aim of coming out of human life, human society, and then entering into the life of dog means we have not so much attachment, ego, expectation of the fame and name and all these things and properties, and then planning after 10 years, 30 years, 40 years, my country, my faith, my neighbor, my family, all these things are not there in the dog's mind. And these are all left far away. So we have a lot of time to practice. We can totally devote our time for the practice of Dharma. Okay, just to get a lunch, okay, and then a cup of tea, and then anywhere we can sleep. So many great teachers, okay, so many great teachers. For example, like the tutor of His Holiness the 8th Dalai Lama, Jambe Kyato's tutor, Yongzi Shikanzi. Oh, he was like a Milarepa. He was like a Milarepa. Of course, slowly, they asked him to be the tutor to a Dalai Lama. But he said, no. I'm not qualified to become a tutor to His Holiness Dalai Lama. I'm just like a beggar. He was like a beggar. But inner quality, he said, okay, I left Tashi Rinpo Monastery and I went to Kitong and I had a teacher and I just kept everything away from there. Because of this, I was able to learn. I was able to practice. I'm not engaged to any other activities. Just wake up, engage in practicing. In the evening, just as soon as you finish your practice, you can sleep. No other engagement, okay? So therefore, he said, that was the best part of his life. That means, I think, choosing life out of normal human into the lives of dog, he said, was the perfect for Dharma practice. Bodhisattva, or you will achieve nirvana. And that is top. Top means attain either nirvana or Buddhahood or Bodhisattva. But to become Bodhisattva is a big achievement, you see. That is only possible if we live life like that, okay? In our life, so I don't know, if we are some politicians, okay, to practice Dharma, I think it will be really strange for them. If I say, okay, practice renunciation, and they practice bodhicitta, compassion to them, I think even they don't have time to listen to teaching. And then they don't have time to practice, you see. And this is completely from their life pattern, you see, completely out of their life pattern. So therefore, all this innermost, why it is innermost? Because these are the practices which are practiced by great Kadamba teachers in such a way that they are always on the focus of teaching, practice, all these things, never separated them from the practice. So that the three, what we are going to talk today, we already talked. Three is try to get your life, okay, not to be as encircled or not to be within this sort of samsaric normal life, which has so much defects, so much mistakes, so much weaknesses, and there's so much wastage of precious human life. And it's not worth spending precious human life on these activities simply for the name, fame, property, money, and then spending a lot of part of money out of jealousy and ego, and then fighting, anger, waging war, and then so many bad things happen, you see. So to keep yourself away from this dirty thing and keep yourself within the practice of Dharma, and these three practices are so important, so important. Make the life very simple, but to make the life very meaningful. Okay. So therefore, these three sets, kicking yourself out of the life of this ordinary worldly life, and then enter into the lives of a like dog, you see, like dog. And then by keeping ourselves in this busy worldly life, and then if we enter into the dog's life, then we have a lot of time. We have a lot of time to practice. And then practice is, we are not running running after ego. We are not running after jealousy. We are not running after fames and names and expectation and reward and all these things. So we are free from these things. And then automatically at the end, we will achieve whatever we aim to achieve, either nirvana or compassion or bodhicitta or enlightenment. Of course, the maximum, the highest achievement will be enlightenment. That is only possible if we spend all our body, speech, and mind not on these worldly activities, and then totally focus on the practice. Then only possible. I hope it will make some sense. I'm trying to explain. Today I'm in a little bit hotter place, so I have a little bit sweat. And then I'm putting a lot of force. So therefore, as a lot of sweat. But ultimate goal is that it will benefit you all, you see. So now you have to think, okay? Now, those who are attending here, maybe they are Buddhist, maybe not, but they just listen my teaching so that they get something which can make sense to them, which can make their activities better. Either you yourself is called as Buddhist or not, doesn't matter. But by listening to this teaching, and then you will be able to use your life in a more meaningful way, and your thought will be more meaningful, your physical body will be more useful, your speech will be more useful. And so for that, if we remain as a normal human life, And I explained, you see. Once I was telling to one of my students who was teacher, you see, who was teacher, and he was single. He was single. And then I heard from some other young students that he never makes his bed, you see. Yeah, he goes to bed very late. He goes out and eats somewhere, and then he's single and come in and just in the bed. In the morning, as soon as wake up, he just put like this and then go and cup of tea and then breakfast, then go to class. And this has been repeating again and again for many, many years, you see. And one day I asked him, how did you spend your life? And he was laughing, okay. And he was saying, why you are asking this, Kerala? I say, I heard some news about your life, how you spent the life. Of course, he was teaching well, but still, he has so much potential. He was very intelligent, and he can do many good things, but he just hang somewhere, tea shop, and then they play some games, and comes late, around 10, 11, and then tired and go to bed. And in the morning, come out, they sleep late. So then the time to go to the school. And sometimes they don't get even a cup of tea. And if we spend life like this, okay, and then this is so much wastage. We can do much more than this. He can do that. That boy can do much more than this, okay? And I give some guidance, okay? I give some guidance. We are very close. So I give some guidance. Now, better not to do this, okay? At least you add something. Every day you add something new. You say some prayers. You say, oh, mani peme hu. At least one mala round. And you think of others' welfare a little bit. And then think of your death. And I, step by step, I did like this, okay? Slowly, and try to change his lifestyle. Otherwise, you are so conditioned, okay? Okay, I have to wake up. I have to go to the class. Before that, I need a cup of tea. And then teach after school. And then they go to a place we call CC, okay, community center. He goes there and play game, table tennis, and he comes back to home very late, and then he sleeps. And it goes on like this, you see. And if he really understands the human potential of the human life, he can do much more than this. Even at teaching in the class, he can do much better than this. So in our normal life, so we really should not stay in a box, okay? We really have to come out of the box and try to see what good thing I can do, what good thing I can speak, what good thing I can think, I can speak, I can act. That is only possible if we don't remain in the same sort of society, same society. We have to come out of this, okay? Do something, big change, you see. And that is what we are talking today. Come, kick yourself out of the box of the society and enter into the life of an animal, dog, and you will find so much time. And you start thinking, and then you will do many good things, okay? And ultimately, you will be able to transform your mind into a really good state of mind. I hope this makes some sense. And still we have time, I think. Still we have half an hour more. Does it make some sense, you see? Does it make some sense? Is it, whatever I talked today or last time, does it make you to be a little bit different from the previous life? Because we are spending quite a lot of time without making any meaning, without making any meaning. So we really have to swim in the Dharma, okay? No, that's so we really, okay. If it's a food, we really have to eat. Of course, I also quoted this as Miller was teaching. I quoted this, okay? And that is what he taught us. Just by seeing food is not enough. You have to eat the food. In the same way, listening teaching is not enough. You have to meditate, practice. Then only makes the difference, you see. And I often quote the Shantideva's text also. You know, means just listening words is not enough. You have to practice, okay? Means you have to practice. And then you put an example. Just by reading the prescription of the medicine given by a profound doctor, by reading prescription is not enough. What you have to do, if you want to cure or you make yourself free from disease, you have to take the medicine. By reading the prescription of the medicine prescribed by doctor is not enough. Okay, it will not cure. You have to take the medicine. Then only it will make difference in you. So in the same way, whatever teachings or I gave today, which I'm trying to impart from the whatever they explained to me. Maybe I'm quite stupid. I might have made some mistake. You just make the analysis, investigate, and then you have to practice. Okay, you have to really practice. So important. Okay, you should not waste any time. We have to practice. Okay, time is running out. It will not wait. We have to practice. If it, whatever I taught this time, if it gives some inspiration to practice more intensive, spending more time, then I'm very happy. Okay, and just listening, of course, I say thank you, but that is not enough. Okay, so we have done now, out of 10, we have done 7. We have done. Okay, the last one is, of course, I can explain in a different perspective the 3 different types of 3 different levels of vajras. Okay, and it's very important. But I thought, okay, only 7. But now we have another week, and so I will next time I will talk all these 3 vajras and then relate it. What is the meaning of this? And till then, I think better to understand what does it, if I say understand, so we have a different understanding, you see. Just by listening, we hear some words, and those words carry some meaning, and that enters into our mind, and that is one understanding. But this is not a proper understanding. Okay, this is not a proper understanding. In Tibetan, we say khova. Khova is just I heard. That is what we are doing today. Khova, okay? Tova is just listen. And then after that, samba means we have to think. We have to think whether this is really true or not, or whether this is useful or not. Is it useless or useful, meaningful? It has some purpose or not? We just investigate by logics, reasons. Put your own sort of intelligence, logics, and try to analyze. After that, you will get, this is so true, so true. After analyzing, you will get understanding. Then understanding, you say, oh, this is so good. After analyzing, after discussing, after reading and contemplating, now I'm so happy with this information, that means you understood. When you understand this understanding, then you meditate on this, okay? So understanding in a general sort of way, it is not very difficult, not so clear. Understanding is not so clear. If I teach to the class, okay, I teach some Tibetan grammar, and then if I ask, did you understand? Yes, we understood, okay. When we ask some tricky questions and then become confused, that means they didn't understand. Understand means if we ask different questions, still their understanding should remain unshakable. And then it is worth to meditate. Okay, then worth meditating. Otherwise, some teachers say, oh, this is correct. Okay, okay, this must be correct. Okay, they're meditating. Another teacher comes, why you are doing meditation on this? And then my teacher said, this is very good. And how can you prove that this is good? I don't know. Then everything is not so well established. So in Buddhism, Teva is listening or reading or studying. And then Sampa means after reading, you get a lot of information, and then you analyze on this information, whether this is true or not, useful or not useful, mistaken or not mistaken, analyze. After that, you get Sampa. That is understanding. And when you have this understanding, Sampa, then you become so convinced. You are so convinced inside that this is really true. And then you do meditation. On this, you can do meditation. And then this Gom, okay, Gom, in Tibetan we say Gom, Gomba, okay, Gom, meditation. So I hope whatever I talk today, I hope you understood in the way I explained, okay, in the way I explained. Why I have to be kicked myself out of the ordinary human life? Why? What is the use? And people may say, all the other human beings are stupid. Why you are going out of this life? And all you have to give answer, you see. I hope you get some answers from what I explained, okay, practically. So, are you ready to ask some questions or no? Not today. Yes. Oh.
Hi. How are you?
I don't know you. I don't know.
No.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I got the first two. The one was out of the mentality of the society.
Yeah.
And the other one was like an animal or like a dog.
Yes, like a dog. Yes.
But what was the third one? I'm not sure I got it.
Oh, a third one is by leading the life of dog, you have a lot of time to practice. And then you will achieve another state of life, either nirvana life or enlightenment, or you will achieve bodhicitta. And then you achieved, it is mentioned that goats, okay, goats, if you are able to reach to the life of goat, and that is achieved. So third one is to achieve another higher level of life. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Oh. Some more. So any other question? So the main thing here is the main focus is to reduce attachment to reduce attachment. If we have to kick ourselves out of humanity, means we detach a lot. We don't like to have a life like that, you see. We always like to have a nice bedroom and nice food and nice blanket and all these things, you see. And to enter into the life of job, oh, this is so terrible. Why we feel this is terrible and we don't like to be detached from this? Because of our attachment. And because of this attachment, and then we are attached to this life, and then we engage in different activities to make our life better, like having better bedroom and better blanket and better room temperature, and then better food and better breakfast and so on. And then because of this, we waste a lot of time. And some people are very, very busy, you see, very busy. Of course, I used to tell one of the story of my old friend. Okay, of course now he's no more on this planet, and that was my first visit to Europe. And of course he has a very nice apartment, and he's also quite rich, and so he has a set, okay, a breakfast set, table, cup, plate, knife, forks, everything, like Monday set, Tuesday set, Wednesday set, like this, okay? And then I try to help him to set the table. And I mixed up. Instead of Monday set, I put Wednesday. And then he became very angry. Oh, Pema, this is not the set for Monday. This is for Wednesday. And I explained to you why you are so stupid. And then again, I have to take everything out and put the Wednesday table, if it is Wednesday. So that, of course, I don't see so much meaning. Even I don't like to set the table, you see, just a cup of tea and then bread, and then sit there and then eat and then finish. And that gives me much more time to read and to practice, you see. Setting table, I have to set the table, and then I have to bring the exact cup and plate, knife and fork and everything on the table, and then bring from the kitchen, and then after removing this, we have to wash, and then we have to iron, and so many things. And then is it worth spending precious time on these things? Okay, no, we can do much more than this, you see. So that was my first experience when I visited Europe. That was in 1997, my first visit to Europe, invited by him. And we spent about 1 month together. And for me, it was a little bit depressing, because everything is just food, clothes, and then going out and visiting some shops and buying something, coming back, and then arranging dinner, and then same like this every day, same like this, and there's no other idea than this. Okay, of course I was doing a little bit of prayer in the evening in my room, but he is just doing this for every day. If I make small mistake in this sort of scheduled life, and then he become very angry, and then he was shouting to me, and then we become a bit unhappy to each other, and we go to bed with angry sort of feeling. And next day we say good morning, and we try to recover our relationship, friendship, but it was so meaningless. Okay, meaningless. Therefore, if we have to go out of this life, and try to do something which will give us a lot of time to practice, That is the main focus. Enter into the life of drop.
Geshe?
Yes?
I think maybe something is covering your camera because we don't see you.
Oh, I see. Now, my battery is a bit low. Is it?
We only see like a blue color.
I see. Do you hear my voice?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So, Tomo, I will ask Tomo to come.
Okay.
Yeah. Tomo. Tomo. Tik Geshe sa. Tamada de log me do. And Martin, the Dorjee.
Okay.
No.
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, you see me.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay. So now, one more question. Do you have? Or someone has a question? But what I wanted to explain is finished. I have done. Okay. Now still we have some time. Make us do.
Joya Roy raised his hand, maybe? Hers?
Uh-uh.
No?
I unmuted. Can I ask? Can
Yes.
I ask?
Yes, please.
Geshe,
Yes.
I'm in India.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yes, please. Ale. Yes, please ask question. Kumido. Ale. Hello, your internet is not so good. I don't hear. Kumido. Oh, I don't hear anything about your question. I don't hear.
Maybe she can write it down. Then you can read
Hello?
it.
Hello? Hello? 가지고있다. Hello?
She can write her question if she'd like. But,
Oh, yes.
Okay.
But I don't hear her voice, you see.
Yes.
I think her internet must be not so good. Yeah.
Genla, can I ask a question?
Oh, yes.
Tashidele. It's very inspiring to hear you. Thank you. Always inspiring.
Thank you. Welcome. Yes.
My question is about the dying in the barren land. What you think about to go to die in the barren land?
Yeah.
In the modern world, it looks like far away from our day. We live in the city.
Yes, I was not expecting this question. Still, I'm in the old time, you see.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, and then this is not possible.
Yes.
Dying in a barren hollow is not possible. And then you come to Asia. You come to Asia, you come to Nepal, and we will try to find out.
In Nepal, no problem.
Okay, yeah. But you can die anywhere, you see. not to be so attached, not to be surrounded by so many attachment, okay? And you will
Yes.
have excess of time to practice. And even you are on the way to die, still you can continue your practice, you see. No disturbance. That is the main thing. Okay?
Okay. Yes.
And then if you come to Nepal, I will arrange you. Okay. Yeah.
I have a question. Can I ask?
Yes. Yes.
Thank you, Geshe, for your inspiring words.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe practicing in our life, in our environment, is much more challenging than practicing in a cave for me. So
I totally agree. I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. Yes. And so we better to ask those Katamba teachers, will you kindly design a practice which will be suitable for today's world? We can change, okay, we can change a little bit. We don't have to do exactly what is explained, but we can change, okay, we can change. But the main thing is that we have to change our mentality.
yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
the pure mentality has to be exactly what they explained. But then the house and then we have to adjust with our society also a little bit, you see. But we should not be carried out by our society. We have to take our freedom, remain there, but we have to take freedom, but which are not so harmful for the practice, we just adjust with them. When it is very harmful for the practice, then we have to say no. And then slowly, you will be closer to the explanation done by the Kadamba teachers, okay? Yeah.
Thank you.
Whatever is best possible, you have to try. We have to try. Okay? Yeah.
Thank
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
We have another the question by Joya on the
Yeah.
chat, so I will read it loud for you.
Okay.
Okay. She asked, when we work in Dharma centers in India, we often clash with Sangha over small things like legal issues, how to treat workers and volunteers. Then our work becomes a cause of creating much bad karma due to anger, hostility. So I'd better not work in Dharma centers. Okay, this is the question.
Yeah. So that is, I think, very simple question. to me, this is a very simple question. Okay. Wherever or whenever we have to take a new sort of life, we have to prepare for that. Before enter into that sort of new life, we have to prepare exactly what is suitable there, what need to be prepared, our mentality, physical, everything has to be prepared. Then there will be no problem. If you don't prepare and jump into a new life, then you will encounter a lot of problems. Yes, when we left Tibet and we enter into Nepal or India, we encountered so many problems, you see. For example, I say, normally I told you, still in Tibet. And therefore, we drank water from the river in Kathmandu. We drink like with hand, we pick up water like this and we drink. And then we had a lot of stomach problem and fever and then dysentery because we were not prepared for that. If someone said, oh, you should not drink the water in the same way as you drank in Tibet, so these waters are more contaminated, it can cause problem to your stomach, and then we will not do this, you see. We were never instructed. So therefore, whatever new situation, first time when I came to Israel, first time, that was 1998, when I visited. And then I asked them to arrange at least I need to meet three, if possible, three rabbis. One, if not rabbi, one expert in Judaism, and then two rabbis, okay? I wanted to meet them. So I have so many questions to ask them, so that while I'm in Israel, I will not make any mistake, or I will not say something wrong for the Judaism. And so I prepared myself. Even I have a good heart. If I don't prepare, I might make a lot of mistakes, you see. So therefore, anything changing in your life, we have to prepare and get the preparation properly done in a practical way, and then I think it will be less problem. Of course, we are in samsara, there will be a problem, but it will be less problem. Did I answer you? Did I answer you? I think.
He's nodding. Yes.
Okay. I think yeah. Is there any part which I didn't answer? Okay. Are you happy? Yes. Do you have a second question?
Geshe,
Yes.
maybe you cannot see me, but I have one question. Can you hear me? This is Päivi.
Oh, are you? Who is this? Maybe I don't know. Who's
Oh, you don't know? Okay. Oh, I don't know that handsome man there.
I see. Okay. Am I really handsome? Okay.
Oh, yes. Very tall and handsome.
Yes. Yeah, please. Yeah.
How do we cope with this when for example, our friends are asking us to join for a like birthday party or something, and then we say that no, we cannot come because we know in our heart that we would like to do our practice, and they will party late evening, and then because of this we seem to have less friends. They are turning their back to us. So what we can do with this?
I think you better to go to the party.
No, we cannot go if we are skipping our practice. But my question is how we can balance, how we can still have our friends, and what is the way?
Yeah, so
it's a bit tricky.
It is a little tricky, but again, it is how you have to educate your friends. You have to educate your friends, okay? And the time is also very important. But then, for example, like I do quite a lot of practice, okay? And especially when I'm just counting some manis or 100 syllabus mantra and Bhajar Guru and so many things, okay? I have to say recite 100,000 in this month, or 200,000 in that month, and then 500,000 in this Sakatawa. I have these sort of practices. So then I have to give teaching, I have to go somewhere and then meet friends, and all these are, again, it happens. But then I have to manage. Even by reducing the time of taking lunch, or reducing the time of my sleeping, or reducing the time of my casual sort of time, whatever, I have to reduce. I have to be more efficient. That is one thing. Okay, saving time, this is the only way. And then to accept your invitation, not accept your invitation, then you have to try to tell your friend and educate your friends. To some extent, they will also understand. And then to some extent, you have to understand. So we have to find a middle way. In Tibetan, in Buddhism, it's so important to have a middle way. Neither go extreme to their program, nor extreme to our program. So we try to find a middle way, but then have to explain them why I am doing this. So try to explain them and then try to compensate some other times. Okay. I think these are the suggestions I can give. And so did I answer a little bit?
Yes, yes, thank you. You did.
Okay.
So we try to explain them and also
Yes.
maintain our friendship, but
Yes.
still I prefer to do my practice.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
And you can also, in the beginning, you can reduce a little bit of your practice and give some time to your friend. And slowly, you can be free from giving time to your friends. Okay.
Yes, this
Yeah,
is what
yeah.
this is what I have been doing, but they are a bit complaining that they never see me.
Yeah.
So
Then in great Tibetan teacher called Pudu Rinpoche, and he said, or in his teaching, he said, I cannot entertain all the human beings.
Mm.
So
Yes.
it is so difficult. So even Buddha failed.
Mm.
Yes, even Buddha failed, you see. And in Shantideva's text, he also said the same. And the Buddha, all-knowing one, I couldn't entertain all the human beings. And then just he himself say, just like an ordinary human being, how can entertain all the human beings?
Yes. Thank
That
you.
is possible. We have to accept. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This is
Okay.
good. Thank you. Thank you for
Okay.
your teachings.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Hello. Hello.
We hear you. Yes.
Oh, okay. So now is there any second question? Now still we have 5 minutes. And you can ask some questions, see?
Geshe,
Yes?
I thank you very much for your teachings. It was very inspiring.
Yeah?
I have a question regarding the three principal aspects of the path.
Yeah.
In the verse of cultivating renunciation,
Yeah.
the first two lines say that Del Jornieka Tsela Longmepa Yila Gombe Tedi Mangshedok.
Yes.
Through thinking again and again of the advantages of this precious human life, one cultivates renunciation from this life. How this is connected? How through thinking of the advantages of this precious human life, one develops renunciation towards this life.
Yeah. So Tenjonyeka Tsela Longmepa Yila Gombe Tedi Mangshedok. Tenjonyeka is the precious human life, okay? Tsela Longmepa means it's impermanent. Death, okay? So combined together, and human life is very precious, okay? We can do many precious things in this life. But then we cannot postpone because it is impermanent. The death will come. Definitely it will come. Maybe after 15 years or 16 years, maybe tomorrow. We don't know. So therefore, we should not be so attached in this life. Why? Because it is not worth to be attached in this life. Why? Because this will never remain with us forever. We should not be attached simply on this life. Yes, we can do much more than just attaching in this life. Much more meaningful things, okay? If we just attach in this life, then we are almost like going empty-handed to the next life. Isn't it? It doesn't make sense? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Anna?
Yes.
Can we
Yes.
say that renunciation is the opposite of attachment, but not the opposite of action or living?
Yeah.
Because
Yes. Yeah. And renunciation is not exactly opposite, but renunciation needed like say reduce attachment immensely. Yeah, the renunciation two-phase, okay, two-phase. One phase is that wherever we are born, we are bound to face so many different levels of suffering. So from there, we say that to be attached in this worldly life is not worth. It reduces attachment, okay? And then what is the solution? I have to attain nirvana. The renunciation, the main aim of renunciation is to achieve nirvana. You see, definition and the state of the achievement of the nirvana and renunciation says that if you have your mind changed into a mind which is aiming to achieve nirvana for the sake of yourself day and night, then your mind is transformed into renunciation. Therefore, your mind is trained to achieve nirvana, not attached, blindly attached to this life. Instead, by seeing so many defects in this life, like old age, death, and then separation, and then so many other things, you see, I'm not so happy with this life. So I really like to be free from this samsara. Yes.
So it's a mentality. And we can, maybe we can still go to this birthday party if we,
yes.
if we know and if we think and if we have it in our mind that this is all impermanent or this is and not to be too attached to it. So we can keep, going to those things that we think that are like family gatherings and
Yes.
not make other people unhappy because we don't attain it. We
Yeah.
have to think about other people even in this respect.
Yes.
If I
Yes,
sit
yes.
in my room and practice and the other family members are doing something and they miss me, then I'm causing more wrong than benefit, I think.
Yeah, yeah, yes, yes. And then also, okay, one thing is that you have to think of the others' welfare, okay? Others' welfare. But even you go to that party, you should not be so attached to that party.
Yes.
You just go, just go,
Yes.
and then you just go and then have a cup of tea or cake, whatever they give, just have it. But don't be so attached. Oh, this is the most meaningful thing I can do in my life.
Absolutely.
Don't think it this way. Yes. That is enough. It's no problem. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Nice to see you. Okay.
Good to see you.
Yeah, yeah. Today I'm in Changchup's house. I'm not in Magloganj. I'm in near Nurpulinga, where Changchup is. Changchup has his family, is a baby, and so now we spend one night here.
Good.
And possibly we will spend it today also night, and then tomorrow we go back to Magloganj.
It's a good time.
Yes, yeah. And Rami is fine.
It's okay. Yeah, he's okay.
Okay. Say hello to him, okay?
Yeah, he's saying hello.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I think we have done, isn't it? Somo is here. My technical assistance here.
Thank you, Somo. Thank you. Thank you
Okay,
for
yeah.
everything.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
your help. Thank
Easy.
you.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Geshe.
thank you.
Hello.
Oh, thank you.
Hello.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Okay,
Bye.
okay,
Thank
bye-bye.
you,
Bye-bye.
Geshe.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Geshe.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Geshe.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you very much,
Oh,
Gisela.
thank you so much.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye
Bye-bye. Oh,
bye.
bye-bye.
Thank
Just a
you.
few last words, please.
אני מברך אותך.
Thank you very much, Geshe, for the teachings. And
Okay.
I remind everyone about the Dana. The link is in the chat room.
Uh-huh.
We meet in 1 hour for the teaching with Annie Losang.
כן,
Ah,
ככה
okay.
נכון.
Can
I
you send
see,
the link
okay.
again for the Dana? It doesn't
Yes.
work well.
I
The
see.
link,
I see. So I wrote Anil Lobsangla, I wrote.
Ah, okay.
Yes, yes. We write each other. Yes, yes. Yeah.
Yes, the link doesn't work.
Yes, you're right. I'm sorry about
I
this.
see. Okay. But I wrote yesterday and I also got reply from her in the morning. Yes.
Yes, thank you very much, Geshe.
Yeah. Oh, and now
For
the
your
link is
advice.
working. Yeah, yeah.
תגידי
Yeah,
שלום
yeah.
לגשלה, אוהבת אותך. ביי ביי גשלה.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
ביי ביי.
Bye bye.
To the share.
Bye-bye. Okay, so for those maybe who are still here and who are listening, we'll meet again in 1 hour. And I thought I will read you the section in the book that Geshe is mentioning about the 10 innermost jewels of Kadampa, because we have the book here. And I'll give you the reference of the book. So, and we'll do some reflections on what Geshe said, you know, where we stand with our motivation. Are we happy to hear that, so that you can integrate the whole thing a little bit and really feel kind of deep down how habitually or like instinctively we are relating to these teachings, whether we need to adjust something or whether it's just in the head or whether it's really in the heart. So I'll try to do that with we do some reflections on it. So if you would like to join, you're very welcome. If not, I wish you a very happy weekend. Not too hot, hopefully, with no attachment. And if you have a lot of pleasure and a nice time, then please just dedicate for the nice time and happiness of all beings. So then we're not wasting our life. Okay? Okay, great.
See you later.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, Mami. Bye.
Bye,
Bye, Rita.
Are you going to be with the Aita? Are you going to be there later on, or wait? I go get it and then I. Oh wow, there's a very long link. What is this?
אני לא יכולה להיות כי אני...
So the book is called it's called Classics of Middle Asia, and it's called Tsongkhapa, the principal teaching.